Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of The Bachelorette.
Oh, we're down to Jillian and 3 poor guys who wanted to take a trip to Hawaii.
And that's exactly where they're going.
Woo! Mauii. So let's start off with Kiptyn. Jillian's 90% sure that she likes him.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. The 10%'s kind of,
Yeah. She's looking for that 10% during the ropes course.
Right. She wants to make sure that he's somebody that can be there for her.
So they did all the ropes courses and blah, blah, blah. So then they came down to the last part, which wasn't really even the last part.
The leap of faith.
They had to climb up this giant pole, and she loves poles, and then...
You know she does.
Jump off the top and grab this trapeze thing.
He made it. She didn't.
But he was there for her.
Right. Then they had a little snack on the deck at the hotel, I guess, or at the ropes place. And she said, "What did you come here for?"
For you.
What is he supposed to say? The free trip? The pineapple?
Yeah.
Alright, so they have dinner at the hotel, and she's grilling him. She is horrible about, like, grilling people. She doesn't know how to do it. Well, she finally dragged it out of him like a hairball out of a cat that he's got communication issues. And if somebody is not good at communicating with him, he's got one foot out of the relationship already.
Basically, he's impatient.
He's a leaver. So it's time for the fantasy sweet card. Will you take it, Kiptyn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it must have been so bad for TV that they just showed the shutters closing.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know it's bad when they don't show it.
Yeah.
At all.
Alright, Reid was up next. Ugh, awkward kissing. He is the worst when it comes to awkward kissing, because it's just like... They just... like the Magnet Lion King people doll.
Okay, so the date started off with this helicopter ride, and there was like scenic views and stuff.
Yeah.
And the pilot was like, "Guess what? I'm ordained, and I do weddings in this helicopter."
I thought Reid was gonna crawl out of his skin, and when she said, "Let's get this shit done," I was just like, "Are you joking?"
Wow, talk about a shotgun wedding.
I know. So, it's not something that he would do. And I frankly don't blame him. I don't think I would get married in a helicopter either. At the picnic that they had, he kind of admitted that he feels rushed.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to see her with the other guys.
Like, this isn't what he's used to. It's only been like 6 weeks, if even.
Right.
And he needs more time. And
he sucks at communicating. Really? Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Well, it's time for dinner on the beach. And she was like, you need to start thinking about proposing to me at the end of all this.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like,
I'm scared.
Yeah, and she's like,
too much pressure.
She's like, are you ready to do this? And he's like, maybe.
It's hard. I'm scared.
Yeah.
So it's time to play the fantasy sweet card. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
He's scared. He won't say that he loves her either, because I don't think he does. Mm-hmm. I've never seen anybody so terrified in my life as I did when she forced him to get into that tub naked.
No!
That was really awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. Third time's a charm. It's Ed's turn. They have a boat ride on a catamaran.
Ed's wearing this, like...
mankini. It was a mankini.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even like a Speedo. It was like these short...
He was very proud of it, though. And he totally pushed her up against the rails. And she wrapped her legs around him. And it was really weird because the whole date, she was like, now that's somebody I can wrap my legs around. And they kept making these rapping references. His family calls him Richie, by the way. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. But she wrapped her legs around him. They jumped off the boat. And then they had these gratuitous leg wrapping underwater shots. Was it really necessary?
I don't need to see all that.
TMI. So Ed surprises her by having the show fly his parents out.
Yay. So she's like,
wow, that was so nice of them. Like they turned down a free trip to Hawaii.
I know.
So, yeah, Ed's dad's freaking out. He's like, son, what are you doing here? Your job comes first. What's going on? I'm worried for you, son.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Dad, it's okay, man. I totally, like, love her. And I swear I'd ask her to marry me if I had the chance.
So then Jillian was grilling Ed's mom, like, do you think he's ready? Blah, blah, blah.
And she was just like,
yeah.
Okay. And then Ed's dad starts to cry.
Yeah.
He barely squeaked out, the bears.
The bears.
Yeah, alright, so it's time for the fantasy sweet card.
Sexy time.
She definitely said sexy time.
Mm-hmm.
She's expecting, and you better be prepared to put out, Ed. So, he says he wants to work less. He doesn't want to be checking his emails at 9 p.m. at night. He wants to be checking her emails at 9 p.m. at night. But all the while, he loves her, yet still can't look at her. It's
Maybe
really
she's
weird.
such a close talker and it's awkward.
I know, it's like this all the time.
No.
Okay. She slipped into a little shirt. Meanwhile, he did one of these.
He seriously
Good.
did that for real.
Okay.
Go back and look. Because
Yeah. The massage oil came out. It got really dirty
I'm
quick.
pretty sure one of her boobs came out too and they didn't bleep it.
You don't have to wash those sheets. You don't care about all that oil. You know how hard that is to get out?
I think they're just going to burn those after.
I think so. So then they did a lights off, click, and then lights on.
What
What's
happened?
going on? He couldn't close the deal. Enough
Apparently
said.
they were tired and there was so much pressure on them from each other.
It's hard to make love to someone with a 3 to 5 piece camera crew watching.
Alright, so it was time for a little chat with Chris Harrison.
Okay, Chris. She's admitting it. She's falling in love with all 3 of those dummies. And Kiptyn, well, he's pretty, but I'm afraid he's gonna leave me.
He's never been dumped.
Yeah, when the lights come on after the bar closes, he'll be leaving.
Alright, Reid. He makes her laugh, and she loves that.
But he's indecisive.
Yeah.
He can't even decide what color shoes he's gonna wear. Ed. He's hot, and he gets her hot.
But what happened? It's a one-time thing.
He's tired, I think. Alright, so it's time for the video messages.
Mm-hmm.
Ed was the only one who said that he loved her. I'm not surprised. Actually, I am a little surprised that Ed even said that.
I don't know. He seems pretty...
Under a spell?
Maybe.
Voodoo doll?
Sure.
Alright, so it's time for the rose ceremony. And she's like this the whole time.
Well, she had to pull Ed aside and have a little private chat with him first.
Yeah, she wants to make sure that
It was a one-time
works.
deal.
She wants to make sure that there's no problems down there. Yes. So the first rose goes to Kiptyn.
And the second and final rose went to Ed.
I think it also went along with a prescription Viagra and a
No.
no-dose chaser.
Which means it was time to say goodbye to Reid.
He's too indecisive. I'm sorry. He wasn't too busted up about it. He was just kind of confused.
So next week, the men tell all.
I love this!
I like it after the show's over.
The part that I'm not gonna like is when Jason and
No.
show up.
Mauii.
Oh yeah, she's back. They've got a story to tell, and I guess they're still together for
I
the
guess
moment.
so.
All right, so in 2 weeks, it's the finale.
Yes.
You've all been waiting for it, and there's an unexpected confession. What this time?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to wait, though. Till then, much love.